Here's part 3 of our conversation with Jimmy Rankin. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Canada. What was like life in Nashville for you? I mean, what would your day look like? I know you said before you made some really good friends in Nashville.
Oh yeah, I'd been going to Nashville since the mid-90s. I started going there with the Rankins to make records, and then I started going down there after that to write with people, and then about 2008, my wife said we were talking about just a change of scenery. You know, our kids were young, and we said if we don't go now, because we're travelers, we like to travel, and we wanted to go someplace just to get to live in a different place, because we'd lived in Halifax from the time we were got together, and so Nashville was the natural, because I'd been there. It's a music town, and I knew people there going there, and then we went there with the intention of staying like a couple of years, and then we got dug in, and ironically, I got really busy back in Canada. I made a record, and then I started touring Canada like crazy, and it just got really busy. So when I would come home, my idea was that I would go to Nashville and I would, network with people and write and, dig in there. And I did do a lot of that, but not as much as I would have if I was a young man single. I had 2 kids. When I get off the road, I told myself many years ago, I don't want to be that kind of dad where, I'm out till 2 o'clock in the morning, getting to know people and hanging out and writing songs and being crazy. And then, so when I came home from the road, and I was out on the road a lot back and forth, I was pretty much a dad, and then I would write with people here and there, but so that was my day, dropping kids off at school and then going to write with people and whatever else you do when you're a family guy.
You must have had shows like that where you're going, okay, the pressure's on. I mean, no matter how many years you've been doing it, there must be a show now and then where you're going, oh, so-and-so's in the audience, or... Yeah,
you get those every now and then. I remember back in the early Rankin days, we were also, my family's a huge, we were huge fans of, or still are, of Lightfoot, and getting to meet Lightfoot backstage at his concert, and then him
what was
coming
that like?
At Massey Hall. Went to see him backstage at Massey. Yeah, it was just meeting Gordon Lightfoot was awesome. And then he came out to our show. We did a multiple sold out nights at Massey after that, and he came out to the show, and I met him years later back at the. I was singing a version of Farewell to Nova Scotia for the Canadian Songwriters Hall of Fame, and in the audience was, Willie Nelson, Anne Murray, Gordon Lightfoot, Katie Lang they were all out, and I'm like, holy everybody was there, and it's like and it was when I first started going out and doing stuff kind of acoustically, and I'd done it before, but on a stage and that kind of magnitude, and so that was a little bit nerve-wracking. But
how do you do it though? This is something the audience, even the musicians, how do you do it? Do you go back to that stance that you've done it before? Well, how do you do that? How do you get it done?
The more you do it, you just practice. The more now that I have all this, I have years and years under my belt of playing, like 30. But the past decade or so, I've been doing a lot of acoustic shows, and I've played in every kind of situation, every kind of hall. I've done acoustic things with a guitar player in arenas, where you have to really, put it out there, and so it's just practice, experience, and then of course you have to psych yourself up too for certain things, if you're out there and playing in front of people. So we'll have more from Jimmy Rankin coming up next week. Make sure you comment on our videos, subscribe to our channel, and share our videos. I'm John Beaudin from Rock History Canada.